3, 2, what is happening, guys? In this video, we're going to continue on our website, our responsive website design with animations. And in this video, we're going to take a look at how we create the service section. Let me make this bigger. So this section right here. And we are also going to make it responsive on a phone and on a tablet. So let's refresh here. This is our service section on a tablet, and this is how it's going to look like on a phone. Okay, so before we jump into the tutorial, as always, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to get notified whenever I post new content like this. Also, all the images and code will be posted in the description down below so you can download it. Okay, so let's get into the tutorial. So let me close this up, put it right over here. So where were we at? The service section. Okay, in our HTML, we actually could copy this. So we need another, we already have our section down here, and we could just copy this entire container. Actually grab it correctly, yep. So grab the container, paste it in here, and now we need to make some modifications. So the text container with everything that's in it is going to stay the same, excepting a few things down here. The image container. We will rename this instead of home. A second, we also need to change this home main, and this will be serve. And each time we have a home, I'm going to replace it with a serve. So no, only this. There we go. Good. Now within our image containers, we can take out the span. We don't need this. Or actually, I will just replace the spans with in H2. The first, we're gonna live as breakfast, but with a capital B. Then the second will be dinner. And the last one will be party. Not party wrong. Party. There we go. And under, let me just put this down here. Under H2s, we also need a H3. I said it's H3, but I typed H2. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, this will be from 7 to 9. Then let me just copy this, take the next H2. This will be from 19 till 21. And then down here under the party, we'll give this from 22 till 4 a.m. Okay, the text is basically it for the HTML for the service section. Now let's take care of the CSS. Where were we? Home section, and this ends, it does end somewhere, it ends here. Okay, let's type in a comment so we don't forget that this is the service section. And then now let's take our first image containers, actually this one, the image serve main container. So we take the class, we're going to give this a height of 100%, 100 viewport heights again, then a width of 100%. We want to display it as grid. I'm saying something but typing something differently, something totally different. Amazing. And grid template column. Actually, this will be the grid template rows this time, because we want them to animate in a row. So repeat again, but this time 3 times 1 FR, so 3 times 1 section. Okay, color should be white. So, and the font size 600. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Now let's go down to the image. So let's take this class, which will give a basic, actually a general style to all the 3 images. So let's take the class of image serve and give this a height of 320 pixels. So all images will have the same height and the same width. Width of 650 pixels. And now let's style the border radius, 5 pixels. Box shadow of 0, 0, 10 pixels, 2 pixels, and the color black. And then we have our image containers, and we'll also position them relative again. Now let's put some images into here. Or let me first style the text. So we had our image container And within this, we have the image serve class. And within this, the h2s. Aren't they wrapped in a complete span tag? So we're gonna take the h2s and also going to take this entire class again and copy it, and this will be the h3s. So let's type both of them in one style here. So position relative, text align, center, text shadow. Actually, let me deselect this. Of 2 pixels, 2 pixels, 2 pixels, and black. Did I do something wrong here? Oh yeah, I actually need to take this class. It's not the main, but this one. Exactly. Okay, now we going to increase the line height to 3.5 and also the font size to 4.5 rem. 2.5 rem. That's much better. 3.5. Let's see how this looks. Okay, because I'm going to style this a level down, and an animation of text. So we're going to take the same animation that we took for the text container in the left, but with a speed of 5 seconds and ease out. And I'm just going to take this image container and decrease this font size to 1.5 rem. Okay, next up, I'm going to insert the images. So take the first class, let me just check this, serve 1. So we need a serve 1. Actually, let me put a comment in here. This will be the contact section. The next one, serve 1, serve 2, and serve 3. Now I could take, now let me code this in. So background with the URL, and now let's take from the image folder our images. Serve this one. Now we're going to use the shorthand for no repeat in order to position them center, center, and also cover. Okay, there we have our first image. Now I'm going to position this top, from the top 20 pixels, left 550 pixels, and we need to, the last thing that we need here is the animation, but I'm first going to style all 3 of them. So I can actually just copy this and just change it then. So this will be our next image. As I said, all of the images are in the description below, so you could just download them, and also the code. And this will be the last image. So we have all our 3 images. Now let's position them. This would be at 350 pixels and the next one at 150 pixels. So we're sliding them more to the left. Okay, now let's create an animation for each of them. So keyframe, and we'll call this image underscore serve 1, and we want this to be animated from left with minus 500 pixels to the height of 320 pixels. Now let's include this animation. Go back into our serve 1, type in animation, let's call the name, we just copied it, the name of the animation and the duration of 5. Now the first one should be 4 seconds. So let's see, this is the first one because it goes further out. Then let's create the next animation for the second slur. For the second slide, second slur. Oh my god. Okay, this will go from minus 800 pixels to also 320. Whoa. So this would be the second one. Let's call it in our second image. So this is the number 2, and we want to decrease the speed to 3. Okay. Now let's take care of our last animation. I'm actually going to copy this one in and change it to 3, and this will be also 3, and this will come from 1000, so it's going to come from the right in. Okay, let's check this out. So refresh, there we go. Good, perfect. Next up, let's do it for the desktop. So let's go to desktop, so I just typed F12 on my, not typed, but hit F12 on my keyboard, or you can right click, inspect page, And then you have this, and you have to have this toggle device toggled, and then go up here to responsive and go to iPad, let's say, because we worked with this 768 width. Okay, let's put it over here. Now go to our responsiveness. So we had our text container, nav, home section, and now we need to style this for the services. So services, there we go. Good. Now let's take our image of serve and change the height to 300 pixels and the width to 480 pixels. Next up, let's take our serve 1. We're going to start serve 1, serve 2, and serve 3. For serve 1, we're going to remain at the top with 20 pixels, but we're going to change left 8 pixels. And actually, this is all that we need to change. So I could, do this. Not that. Damn it. We don't need this. We need this. And we don't need this. We need this again. Okay, now let's take care of the animation. So you can see they're all aligned up with 8 pixels, left and right. Now let's change the animations because they are going to give us the positions. So I could actually copy all of the animations. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Going to take this one to the keyframe, go down here, because they are already called. So I don't need to type this in once again. What I do need to do is change them. So for the first one, we're gonna stay with 500. Take this out, but go to 300. Now let's copy this again. 2 more times, the third and the fourth, the second and the third. And let's change this, this, and this. And this is actually all that we need. Now it's not enough because we still have to tell it from left minus 500 pixels was the first one. And I can just copy this now. Go down here and down here. The second one was from 800 and this one was from 1000. Top 20 pixels. Okay, so we have this done now. Now we can move on to do we have anything else to style here? Let me just take it out. Look at here. No, that's it. Now we can move on to the phone format. Okay, so move down here. Let's also put in a comment. So services. Keep misspelling services. Jesus Christ. So let's go to a iPhone X format. Now let's take the image serve container again, and now let's decrease to 200 to the height of 220 pixels and the width of 230 pixels. We can actually just copy what we had up here because this is everything that we need to style. Almost anything. Okay, go down here in our services, paste this in, and I'm gonna get rid of this and decrease this to 6 pixel, and now also decrease the height. So instead of 300, we're going to go with 220 pixels, and everything else stays basically the same. Now a couple of things we still need to style here are obviously the text items. So let's go down here and start styling our image service container. This was the main one, and within here we had our H2, and let's copy this, and also the H3. So we're going to go with a font size of 2.5 rem and a line height of 3.5. So let's check this out. Yep, and now I have to decrease the H3 the font size of 1.5 rem. That's still too large. So let me just check this. 2 rem, let's go with 1.5 rem. Was the line height too big? Yep. Let's go with a smaller line height. Now we don't need the main, we just need the image serve. What did I type in main? I keep forgetting my own, so I need to specify, we need to specify exactly where they are. So within the class of image serve container, image serve main, there's two puppies right here. We'll have a font size of 2.5 rem. And down here, they're going to have a font size of just 1 rem. Great, so we have this. Let me actually increase the line height to 1.5. Let's see, 3.5. No, 4.5. So don't want this, the dinner to be above the navigation, this to be underneath 4. Great. Okay, so we got our services all worked out. Okay, so this is working pretty nicely. Let's take a look at it in the responsive form. So desktop, now again in our tablet format and in phone format. Okay guys, so that's pretty much for this tutorial. Next up gonna be the contact page. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell in order to be notified when I post a video like this. So catch you next time. Bye bye.